sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. So we have two lines in this verse. The first one, I will give thanks to the Lord according to his righteousness. What does that mean, to give thanks to the Lord according to his righteousness?
He knows God will judge rightly.
Okay, so he knows God will judge rightly. So David is thankful for that. But what David is more specifically thankful for is God's righteousness. He is fair and is right. And that's why he knows that God is going to bring judgment on his enemies, because David's enemies are not doing what is fair and right. So as a result, David says he will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High. Now, what does it mean with God being the Lord Most High? What's another way to put Most High, in other words? No, it's not an easy question.
Most exalted?
The most exalted, okay? What does that mean? Most exalted of all. Above. Above all. So what does that say about God? Where does God sit? Above all. Yeah. He's the final judge. He's at the top. So this pictures as God as one who has ultimate authority. He's the highest authority in heaven and on earth. Now, if that's what David has in mind, that's what he's praising God for. God's going to have the final word. There's no one higher than God. So what David is, go ahead.
One of the things that David is significant, because our experience, hopefully we don't have much experience with earthly judges, but earthly judges can be bought.
It's true.
One of the things that I think is significant about David thanking God because of his righteousness is he's thanking God because of his impartiality, because of the righteous standard.
Absolutely.
Yes, that he's being judged by that righteous standard, not because of any partiality that he shows to David, but because of what is right.
Absolutely. There's no partiality with God because of who he is. God can't be bought. So that's a good point. Anything else on verse 17? Okay. So what we're seeing here about David's attitude toward God is his righteousness. He's praising God because he's a righteous God and because God is the highest form of authority in heaven and on earth. He deals with mankind in a manner that is fair and right. So when you put verses 1 through 17, this whole psalm together, what we're seeing is David's attitude toward God, his humility toward God, his reliance toward God, and finally his gratefulness toward God. So the application is that we too must have the proper attitude toward God. A proper attitude toward God is one of humility. A proper attitude toward God is one of reliance on God. And finally, a proper attitude toward God is one of gratefulness toward God because of who he is. So this psalm serves as an encouragement for us to develop the correct attitude toward God. Anything else on what we've looked at? All right. Matt, will you close us today?